Honorable Minister, Shri Singhani ji, Ms. Veena Raizada ji, Mr. Sunil Kakkar, my friend, distinguished delegates. Well, this is a bit challenging to be walking in, tripping on the stage, and straight away getting onto the podium to speak about the vision. Right in the morning when you're still groggy and opening your eyes. I told Ravi that nothing begins at 9 in Gujarat. Because in Gujarat, the system is that we take, sir, you would confirm, Minister, sir, that we take lunch in the morning at about 10:30. And so the business begins at 11:30. Typically, the office time is 10:30, but that is just the official part of it. The actual part is 11. So anyway, this is a very early morning. I hope you all got your bed tea here. The topic is, in fact, topic also has changed. I looked at it and it said education landscape, and now it is ICT vision. Is that right? ICT vision. So anyway, thank you, Ravi, for bringing it closer to my heart, though I'm involved with the education landscape also, and I have some observations which I'll make about the education landscape also. ICT, I suppose today in India, in the governance, it's a watershed. It's a status of watershed, in as much as the kind of deployment that you're having in the governments across the board in the country is going to change the business of governance like never before, and the governance is going to look entirely a different thing as we go past the kind of developments that are taking place. This began, as a matter of fact, when I am talking of the entire country's landscape, with the NEGP, the National E-Governance Program. The National E-Governance Program was a result of a concerted decision taken by the Government of India to bring ICT in governance with absolute surety and determination. This involved, first of all, setting up the infrastructure. Infrastructure basically included creating statewide area networks across all states, creating data centers across all states, and providing all knowledge-based support for developing applications for making utilization of this infrastructure. Much that the process of deployment of IT began quite some time ago. National Informatics Center, NIC, was created quite some time back, and they created a net called NICNet. They have presence in each district of the country, and they were engaged in supporting small little way the programs that were getting deployed on computers which were being purchased for last 15, 20 years in each district of the country. But that was that when ICT meant purchasing of computers. ICT meant deployment of small programs, maybe a paper tracking program, maybe a small district-specific program in a district. So ICT went on like that. We kept on saying that you assign 1%, 2%, or 3% of budget of the state for ICT. So every department, every district would buy computers. Sometimes those computers would not be utilized. The covers would not even be taken off. And from XT to AT to something like P1, P2, P3, P4, they kept on changing. But there was no concerted, that's why I use the word concerted, there was no concerted effort to deploy ERP kind of applications in departments on a basis where it was statewide, it was possible to connect all the districts and have one application deployed, a comprehensive one, which a department could use for doing all its functions. So that's why NEGP is a watershed where it looks at the entire thing in a holistic way, and they decided to provide funds to each state for developing a statewide area network. They provided funds to each state for developing a state data center. And they are providing funds for, simultaneously they're providing funds for consultants, vendors, O&M operators, third-party auditors of the CMM5 level, the kind who have the capacity to set it all up, and their panels, they are available to each state. Now, this is what is happening in the country today. Almost 19 states have made some headway or almost reaching a level where state-wide area networks are almost complete. Data centers are also, they have been commissioned in more than 15 states. There are, every state is on board. There is hardly any state which is today not, as a matter of fact, taken to setting up this infrastructure. Now, I'll tell you what has happened in Gujarat. Gujarat has been a good 10 years ahead of the rest of the country, in as much as we set up Gujarat State Wide Area Network way back in 2001. While in the rest of the country, Rajasthan gave its work order for setting up wide area network last month. Maharashtra is still going ahead implementing the wide area network. Rajasthan's, this is not, of course, Warapatchim. It's just to say that Gujarat has had a little way ahead, and I'll tell you how it has made a difference, and how Gujarat's status demonstrates what shape would it take in other states, because we've already been there for the last 11 years. Rajasthan's first work order says 3,500 nodes in its wide area network. Gujarat began in 2001, commissioned the wide area network. Today, Gujarat has 32,000 nodes, 32,000 official points connected on the wide area network. Out of this 32,000, we had about 16,000 2 years ago. Today we have doubled it up. And we have doubled it up not because we are fond of it, but because there is a pressure on me. There is a daily pressure on me to keep on opening up the wide area network. And the situation is such, we are working at a breakneck speed to keep on connecting the state, to keep on connecting offices, to keep on connecting small little places. These are not the regular offices that we are connecting. We are connecting food godowns, we are connecting rainforest offices, we are connecting panchayats. This is 32,000 up to taluka level. We have a different intranet which is called eGram. eGram, what is that? It connects 18,000 panchayats. 18,000 villages are connected on this intranet called eGram. This came about in the year 2003. 2003, the Chief Minister wanted that all village panchayats be on broadband. So we figured out, we looked around and we found that there was not a single service provider which had its footprints across the entire state, across all villages. It is not the case even today, anywhere in the country, that the service providers provide their footprints in each village. But then the Chief Minister wanted all villages to be on broadband. So we said, okay, we'll create our own footprint. We created a VSAT network, pumped in the bandwidth from the Bangalore hub of one of the service providers. And with that, we have created an intranet. And now we are in the process of connecting the two intranets. The only hitch is that these are two CUGs, and if a single service provider connects them, then it requires a license from the Government of India. So it's waiting for that. So with that, it will become a 50,000 connectivity strong intranet. And that would be one of the largest in the world, single intranet, because I checked out and I found that in US, they don't have a countrywide kind of net. They have state nets, and it's all in the hands of private people. As a matter of fact, the connectivity in the US is not owned by the federal government. So there is nothing like a central government having an intranet across the entire country. There are private vendors which have provided connectivity, and which is not something to be frowned upon, because the way forward, when we'll talk, we'll see how some of these things can be finally outsourced. So this is the status of Internet. We have gone through upgradations in 3 phases, which invariably means providing higher bandwidths. And providing higher bandwidths would require your routers, your switches all to be upgraded and taken down to higher levels. So we had something like 10 megabits per second, 10 Mbps bandwidth from the state center, Gandhinagar, to each of the districts. And then 2 Mbps from the state district centers to each taluka. And purely because of the demand, last May, as a matter of fact, when we had our Golden Jubilee, and the Chief Minister wanted a certain level of connectivity to taluka levels, we raised this bandwidth to 34 Mbps from the state level to the district level, and 10 Mbps from the district level to each taluka level. So that is where it stands. And we created Jan Seva Kendra in each taluka. For yesterday, those who were present yesterday, they would have heard the Chief Minister talking about governance, vibrant governance, and one-day governance. And in order to have one-day governance, which meant that a person can come and apply in the morning, and as he goes back in the evening, he can collect his reply to whatever issues he has with the government. That's called one-day governance, and for which you need connectivity. So we created what is called ATVT Jan Seva Kendra in each taluka, which is connected, and we had to provide this plug-and-play kind of connectivity to each desk in this Kendra in a matter of 1 month across 226 talukas, and